We're back. We're back.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
I'm nervous that we fucked something up with the setup. Because it's been so long that I feel like we really got out of the swing of things.
The ring light isn't on.
Oh, fuck.
That's an easy fix.
Also, I feel like my sound is way higher. Look, I'm in the red.
Okay, alright.
Okay, is that better?
Okay, how about we just podcast and we can fix it in post? Yeah.
Let's get our daggers out now.
Oh. Okay. Good start, everybody. Apparently Venus is in retrograde.
Still, I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah, what have you been saying about Venus being in retrograde?
I've been saying that that it makes sense. Like hearing that it's been in retrograde.
What is that? Like, what does it mean? I'm not really an astrology person, so you were saying something about how like it's.
I'm definitely not either. I listen to other people give like these forecasts and they explain how it works, and I vaguely understand.
But like vaguely, it's like Venus controls.
So Venus is the planet of like love and relationships and abundance.
Mm-hmm.
That's my takeaway from what I've learned.
And she's in retrograde.
She's in retrograde, which means
fucked up.
that it looks, I think from Earth, it looks like she is moving backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happens, it's like a time of,
it feels like relationships and abundance is moving backwards. So it's like a difficult time for those things.
It's like instead of it feeling like those things are coming towards you, it feels like things are kind of stuck or unable to move forward. And I mean, like, people say in some ways they are actually unable to move forward. Like the energy isn't like with you. It's not like you don't have the wind at your back.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the wind is kind of slowing you down and forcing you to look at things from a new perspective and work through stuff that maybe patterns or like ways of relating that aren't healthy or aren't working for you anymore. So I was thinking that makes sense because you and I have been, in this time where we haven't been putting out episodes, we've been fucking
on the struggle bus a little bit.
We've been going through the eclipse season. Like, you've been having a tough time. I feel like I've been having, a tough time just because of our like close relationship, you know.
It's all my fault, is what you're saying.
It's all your fault. No, I'm saying, but like I've been having like, also at the same time as that, I've been feeling very close to myself in a new way, in like a really special way. But I think because of that, you and I have been like just on different frequencies.
Yeah.
And so
it's true.
We've been like not as much like vibing together.
Yeah. I've been in the depths of depression. I've been swimming in an ocean of despair. I'm coming out of it, but it's been a rough month.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that we're not like exactly on the same wavelength because you did this like mushroom trip. We didn't introduce ourselves, by the way. I'm Jester. She's Phoebe.
Oopsie. Hi.
What's up? You did this like mushroom trip while I was on a alcohol binge vacation in the Dominican Republic, and like it was like an epiphany moment for you.
Yeah, I feel like you went on to the Dominican and had like a 5-day bender.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, oh, and you went on your bender, you were like, it was like a roller coaster, and then you've just been like ratcheting down, you know, since then, like having to like look at things and like
I don't think I've been ratcheting down all the way since then, but I think I like crashed and like scraped myself along rock bottom for a while and got up and fell down and got up and fell down, and now it's like I'm coming out of it, I think. I hope.
You're coming out of it?
Did you just make a sex joke? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bedroom.
You gotta come your way out of
You
it,
just
babe.
gotta- that's
You
really
just
how
said
you
it
do it.
yourself.
You just got to come out of it. I mean, I do truly think that the one of the turnaround things was when we had sex a couple days ago, because
Because
we
we
had
like had a weird pause.
we had a little pause in our sex life, and
Yeah, which is kind of like not normal for us.
we just weren't there. Yeah, we usually fuck like crazy. um, but yeah, we hadn't been super connected, and then connecting in a sexual and intimate way, and sharing your bodies and your orgasms and your sounds and your sights, and you want me to anyway, it's a connection. It's connected us, and I feel like it kind of changed the vibration that I was on. We had a pretty cool weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. You want me to talk about it?
I think, yeah. I'm passing the buck over to you.
Yeah, we did have a cool weekend. My brain is going in two different directions, babe. I feel like I was trying to finish the intro.
And we didn't smoke, huh?
I was trying to finish the intro of like where we've been, and then we just go to our weekend. Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Do you
All
think
right,
it felt like the right time?
Finish up the intro, babe. Finish it up.
God. All right. Where we been?
Where we've been? We've
You
been disconnected until we had sex.
Now we're
Catching everybody up. I was in an ocean of despair until she let me play with her.
okay. Oh my God, that was definitely a mistake to come back to this. So.
All right, so and now we're coming.
And I think I wanted to share where I've been.
Where have you been?
I feel like I had that mushroom trip. Have we had recorded a podcast since then?
Yeah, one.
One.
Mhm.
So I feel like since that like last mushroom trip, I've been continuing on this like with this deeper feeling of like really knowing who I am, which sounds like, I don't know, like extremely vague, but like, I don't know, for me it's been like hearing all these things, like positive things that people say, like positive reflections that people make about me for like my entire adult life. And like I had this awareness before that I would just like kind of always like brush them off.
Yeah.
And brush them off and just be thinking about like the next thing. Like, okay, but that thing wasn't exactly how I wanted it to be, and kind of just always having this forward moving like mental energy.
Yeah.
And I think, while that has served me in a lot of ways, I think in other ways, like internally, my relationship with myself, it hasn't served me. So I think this like very reflective or like reconnective time with like knowing myself has been like a weird way of, I feel like part of me has like reached down into the earth and is able to now remember those things that people have said and like take them in and be like, yeah, that is me. That is who I am. And I just feel like, I don't know, I'm stepping into myself in like a much more powerful way, and like been able to spend some time thinking about reality building in through like a fresher, like a much cleaner lens because of where I'm at. Yeah. And I don't know, it just feels
like stuff's shifting.
Feels like stuff is really shifting.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think you're manifesting things, and things are coming.
Yeah. I mean,
it's tough to like take compliments, that you're like I really liked how you described it, like, oh, you hear it and then you just kind of like move on. I think I could draw a parallel. Like, so we went to a film festival this weekend of a film that I was in, and I just had, well, what I describe as a small part, but then you like got after me, like, there are no small parts. Just kidding. She didn't say that.
I did not say that.
But, she was like, well, you were in it just as much as everyone except for like the two main characters, or really the one main character. Which I had kind of just seen myself as a minor character, and so I wasn't like really holding,
That you belong, like that you
that I
really,
belonged.
that
Yeah.
you belonged to be there.
Yeah. But I forgot where I was going with this. But
You're talking about brushing off compliments.
oh yeah, just brushing off, and accomplishments too.
And accomplishments.
You had to remind me. It's like, this is a thing you did. Hey, Bubs. This is a thing that you did, and I did it good. I was part of a really good movie. It's called That Creep from the Bar Last Night. You can see it at your local film festival sometime.
In New York City, they're going to be at
coming.
another festival next month.
It's going to be at a festival next month in New York City. We went to the Garden State Film Festival in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. It was good to like have the reminder of, yeah, you did it. Did a thing. Did a thing and it was good. Instead of just moving on to the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I felt like, as someone who was not a part of the creation of the movie, but who has spent time with these people who are very, like, your two friends who created it or, like, produced it, wrote, starred in.
Mm-hmm.
They're very near to our hearts, and then the other people who we've, like, consequently spent time with now. I felt like for me, getting to go to the screening was just like, I don't know, it just reinforced that I feel like how I feel positive with how we're living our life.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, like, the people that we prioritize to spend time with, just the friends that we're building, and the, like, beautiful, creative, talented people that we have around us.
Yeah. We have cool people around us. We're very lucky. It's been nice to remember, as I was when I was wallowing in my depression. It's been nice to remember that like I do in fact live a good life. It's easy to forget that in the winter when it's cold.
Yeah.
But I'm coming into the springtime, I think. Yes, Bubs, give us some purrs.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I'm having an urge.
What's your urge?
To go take a little poof.
Take a little poof?
Yeah.
Let's do it, babe.
Can I just go run and grab it?
Go run and grab it. I'll monologue for a little bit. This will be interesting. We've never done this before. I'll do something with the cats. Oh, are you going to bring it up here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Coyote just sat down on my lap like an adorable little muffin. And then Bubs came up, and he's sitting here too. And it's kind of amazing that we've got these sweet, adorable kittens that just want to hang out with us. And they don't know they're on camera right now, but they are. They're making art. They are the art. They're perfect little pieces of furry, furry art. Yeah. She's back. I was about to say something that actually was vulnerable, but instead I was just talking about the cats the whole time. So not enough intimacy?
Maybe you were just waiting for me to support your vulnerability.
Oh.
Or maybe you decided you just want to talk about dicks and balls for this episode.
I was not talking about dicks and balls. I was talking about our cat children. Everybody at home, don't do drugs. Or if you want to do drugs, do drugs. But we're not you know, trying to say you should do drugs. This is a vitamin C drink. I'm not trying to sell that to you either.
I'm only going to have a baby puff because I'm still, like, very minimal on the weed smoking these days. Sorry. As you can tell, minimal on the weed smoking these days.
Yeah. I wish I could, like, make cool things happen with the weed smoke.
What do you mean?
Like circles. Like, I wish I had a Gandalf pipe. Oh. Oh, kitten. Uh-oh. You got some water?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, okay. Remember, this happened before to me.
What happened?
To me, I smoked and I had, like, and we had to stop the podcast.
And we had to start over?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. But this is a good one so far, so...
We're doing okay so far?
We're doing great so far. And even if we do have to, like, pause for your voice, we'll just keep going. You know, we'll just pause.
Yeah.
But we don't have to pause for your voice. We're doing great.
My voice is she's doing pretty good.
So how did the marijuana affect you?
I don't know, it's creeping in still.
What do you think caused you to want to smoke?
I don't know, I just felt the feeling.
Felt the urge?
I got this little, like, I feel like sometimes I can tell, especially now that I've been, like, very, I don't know, this is going to sound, like, gross and hierarchical, but I don't mean it that way. But I've been feeling very clean lately, like, with, you know, I feel like I went, like, 3 weeks without smoking weed, or, like, two and a half weeks or something.
Yeah.
And then I have been, like, doing once a week. But I feel like in that place, I really feel a lot of times, like, if you offer to, you know, me to smoke with you, I'm like, I'm craving, like, I've been craving more of that, like, cleaner, sober place. That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah, it makes sense. The clarity of mind.
Yeah, but then sometimes I get a little, like, it's like a little craving creeps up. I don't know how to describe it.
Gotta let loose a little bit.
Sometimes you just gotta, like...
Sometimes you gotta, like, let the spirits take over.
You gotta mix it up sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta give yourself to the spirit of the marijuana plant.
I also, like, wanted to reflect, I think, on, like, how it feels to be, like, back here again.
Yeah.
'Cause it's, like...
How does it feel for you?
I feel like it's been so long that, like, I've probably visibly aged.
Babe, I don't think you've ever visibly aged.
Since the last...
I think you still look like you're 15 years old.
Since the
And you're
last...
also doing face yoga now, so you're never gonna age. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but...
Don't curse me with those finite words.
Yeah.
But it feels...
It's been a long time. It feels like we've gone through a lot since we were here last.
It feels like we've gone through so much.
Yeah.
But it feels kind of good. Like, I think the little cloud of MJ is giving me this, like, warm and fuzzy kind of, like, womb-like feeling. Like, I feel like a little, like, the podcast is a warm womb.
It is.
Bubble.
Yeah.
Of positivity.
A warm womb buzzle? A warm womb bubble of positivity.
Yeah.
I like that. It really... Womb is a great word.
Yeah.
It's like a... You know, because it's a birthing place. I do think the act of us deciding to make a podcast is was a choice that we were going to birth the next versions of ourselves. So we are kind of like gestating live on the internet.
Are we we've been fertilized, right?
We've been fertilized
with the new ideas.
Yeah, you guys are watching a baby get born, you little perverts.
So we came in here as eggs.
We came in here as eggs, and we're just...
And we've been slowly growing, like, limbs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So creepy.
Let's see, it's episode 8, and we probably started this 3 months ago, so we've probably done, like, 8 episodes in 3 months. Or this will be 8.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That is pretty good, actually.
Could have been better, but it definitely could have been worse.
We feel bad about it, because it's like, oh, we're not doing it every week, but it's like...
I don't feel bad about it.
I feel bad about it. You don't feel bad about it? I feel bad about it.
No, like, thinking back to what we were going through emotionally, I'm like...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not possible that we could have done it.
That would have been insane.
It would have been crazy.
Nobody wants to watch those episodes.
I mean, it's a different type of podcast.
It feels like...
The last one...
Watching an episode of, like, Intervention, probably, mixed with, like...
Well, the last one was interesting because I had just gotten back from the DR. I just had this, like, binge weekend, and you'd just taken the mushrooms. And I was telling, like, the funny stories. And ever since then, I've, it's been a wild ride. I haven't had alcohol since then. I've been, it's been, I guess, almost 4 weeks. So we're both... I took a break from the booze. You took a break from the MJ.
And we haven't done psychedelics since you've come back.
That's true.
We're like, we're taking a slow ramp back onto them. A very, like, intentional slow ramp onto them. Would you agree? Would you agree with that?
I think we're being, so I'm thinking about, or we're thinking about, or it has been recommended to me to do like a guided mushroom trip.
Yeah.
With like a...
I think we're both going to do it, but we're going to do it separately, and then maybe we'll do one together.
Yeah, so I'm meeting with the guide tomorrow.
To talk about it?
See what it's all about. But they've come highly recommended.
Yeah, should we talk about, like, why we want to do it?
I think, isn't it obvious? To evolve as a person, I don't know. Because mushrooms are fun.
I think I want to talk about it a tiny bit.
Okay, talk about it.
I think I want to say that I am really excited at the idea of us doing this, because while I have really, really enjoyed doing psychedelics recreationally with you for, like, how long has it been now? Like a year and a half?
Year and a half, yeah.
That we have been, like, doing this together.
Really?
Which is kind of crazy that it's only been a year and a half, because now it feels like it's been forever.
It feels like 5 years. It feels like our whole marriage, which feels like it's a lot older than a year and a half. Anyway, continue.
I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, oh, definitely visibly aged since then.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I've got to...
Bring it back. Get it together. Oh, speaking of, just to distract you for a second, will you come back into it? What do you guys think of my facial hair? Let me know in the comments.
What kind of comments?
The YouTube comments.
Yeah, get specific. Do you want them to rate, like, 1 out of 10?
Oh, yeah,
do you
1
want
out of
them
10.
To, like, yeah?
Do
you want, like, a short answer?
If we could
comments?
if we could do 1 out of 10, and then, a 1,500-word essay on your opinion on my facial hair, that'd be great.
Do you think we should bribe people? We're realizing that, like, the comments are really important.
We should bribe people to comment.
And we know that it's important because you feel it on your Substack. And other people who are, like, online creators have told me, they're like, I wish people would comment.
Yeah.
And I feel it, but it's hard to do it. I'm not out there yet. Like,
it's tough. Well, anybody who comments will pay $5.
Do not say
I'm just kidding.
$5 of...
$5 spirit energy.
We'll draw a picture of, like, we'll make, like, a creative picture of a $5 bill special for you.
Actually,
That's what we will do.
We should reverse... this is great marketing. We give everybody who comments on this episode $5, and then we get a whole bunch of follows, because every so often we do that. And then people start to subscribe to us. People start to pay $5 a month, just so that they maybe can win $5.
Oh my God, that's a great idea, babe. I know that it's stupid, but I'm telling you that, like, with money math in your mind, I feel like it would work. I don't know. Only for some people. I'm just remembering that we got in the mail this, like, bribe for fill out a reproductive survey.
Yeah, and it's a $5 bill.
It had $5 cash in it, and I was like, is this real? And you're like, it's a real $5. That's happened to me twice now.
Yeah, it has.
And I did not fill out the survey. So I don't think that works.
It doesn't work.
It might
you kept
not.
it.
Or maybe
I think
maybe it will in this context and not, like, a lame reproductive census survey.
Yeah, totally. I don't even a fresh $5 bill, which I think like even if it's a fake five, like that was my first instinct. This is got to be a fake $5 bill.
I think I have.
But I think we've spent one of them because we kind of kept it on our mantelpiece for a little while.
I put it there, and if you spent it, then that's.
I think we might have spent it.
I guess that's positive, although I feel weird about spending that money, I guess, now.
Oh, we probably should have discussed it. Hope it went to a nice farmer's market stand.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, you got another one, so it's been replaced.
Another what?
$5 bill.
From where?
From the survey people.
Oh, because they got. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, I just realized I lost interest in the survey.
Okay.
Conversation we were having.
Very good. You guys want to talk about surveys? No, because this all happened because I distracted you from what you were saying before.
What was I saying before?
You can really put me on the spot. You were saying some spiritual journey stuff. Oh. No, you were going. Kitten, help me out here.
I need like a tiny bit more. One more word.
They were your.
I'll have it.
They were your thoughts. Stop torturing me.
You're the one who distracted me. You should have known that was a terrible idea.
I know.
Anyway, I think we should just move on, and if it comes back, it will come back.
Yeah, we did a pretty cool warm-up right before this.
It wasn't really a warm-up, but it kind of, I guess it turned into that.
So how would you describe what we saw? And this is a video that, do you want to mention the person?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Melanie Adriana?
Yeah. So I think I mentioned it on a previous podcast briefly, but I recently found this amazing person who's doing, who has been like a energy healer, I guess, for like her, for however the past 7 years or something.
Yeah. And
she, I don't know, it's hard to like, it's going to sound weird to explain it, but basically I think that she's an incredible person, and she has like a crazy, interesting to me awakening story, and like how she became to be living with like this really alive connection to the unseen world. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Through, I don't know, I guess her specific like strength or lens or of like voice.
Her because her journey has to do with opening her throat chakra and her finding her voice, right? So
finding her voice, she sings and talks in light language and does like opens up like amazing energy fields basically to co-create with the audience who is listening. I feel like this is not going to make sense unless you.
I think we're doing great.
Unless you think that time is not real and not linear.
Clearly.
Then it makes sense.
Clearly time is not real.
But
if you're listening to this podcast, you are the premise of time not being real.
You should make it through this one.
Babe, we're doing great.
You're a real gem. No, so I think this does parlay into like where my brain has been at recently though, which is just like I feel like I've been having a more tangible physical reality sensing feeling that like time isn't real. I don't know, it just entered my consciousness in like a new way. Yeah. And I actually feel it. So yeah. Anyway, the work that she's doing is like just I don't even know how to describe it. It's just amazing. We did like an 18-minute. We did. She posted like an 18-minute recording of her opening this field, I guess.
Yeah. It was from the outside perspective. Okay. Without getting all like whatever about it. Go ahead. We did a meditation, we did a sounding exercise. Like it reminded me a lot of when I was taking vocal classes in Los Angeles. Yeah. When I was doing Fitzmaurice voice work. She's doing it with an intention to heal the earth. She's doing it with an intention to like
connect with like-minded community. Yeah. And create together.
Yeah. So it felt very like it opened. If I guess like I would get all like, oh, it felt like it opened up my throat chakra. Like what is that? But basically, we just kind of like meditated and chanted for 10, 15 minutes. Well, it was not really chanting. I guess it was just oming. We were just doing like.
It was humming. It's toning.
I'm not gonna tone. We could do some toning.
I think we should have like a separate thing for that.
All right, that's for behind the paywall.
Anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say. But basically,
we're in choppy waters.
Basically, to wrap up, we're just really inspired by the work that this person is doing, and like starting to feel like being a part of it. I guess by like, for me, I've been listening to like several of these like podcasts or like created spaces and like joining them, and like each one they kind of like do a different thing. There's like a different healing or it's like something that opens a space that opens for you to like connect and heal yourself, basically. But yeah, just it's cool. I feel like before we got on this podcast, we like opened up our energy bodies and like connected with the earth, released stuff, brought new stuff in, and like physically felt the vibrations of that.
And then we smoked weed.
And then we chilled for a second. And then we came here and we smoked weed and started talking. So
I think, remember we started the episode before the weed. I think we got 10, 15 minutes of good sober podcasting. No, but I do believe that I have actually been working on a story in my mind for the longest time about like an ancient, a native tribe in the wherevers of, on some an isolated tribe. And they have a special language that, like they're able to time travel in a way, but their language, I can't even remember all of it, but their language it's because their language has different tenses. Right? So how they structure sentences.
Oh yeah,
is like,
I remember this.
Yes,
you
remember. But I think, but like something with sounding and the vibrations, because vibrations, like that's how we communicate. We just vibrate at one another.
Yes.
And so like if you just find the right vibration while you're like connecting on a more spiritual level, I don't know, babe. We're woo people, I guess.
Okay, can I just say that I would really like you to finish that story and do that for your Substack next week.
Next week, babe. That one requires a whole world building.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, no, okay. Maybe I can just dive in.
I'm just requesting you to bring it back because the way you described it, I think just in some ways that is how it works.
Yeah.
So I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I think maybe I need to discover that by just writing it, because I'm being all precious with the like getting the world just right and having it make sense. But maybe, because it's like a good friend of mine is a language learner, and he's learning Spanish, and this is kind of what like inspired that thought, as he's like always telling me things about learning Spanish. And then I was reading in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy again, which there's time travel in that, and Douglas Adams has a hilarious passage about how verb tenses get changed how complicated verb tenses get when time travel gets introduced. It's hysterical. I'm not going to try to do it now, but like that was the inspiration of this, and I was like, oh well, what if there were time travelers on Earth, which there fucking are. There probably are time travelers on Earth. I kind of think I'm a time traveler.
Babe, this is what I've been trying to say this whole time, is that we're all time travelers.
We are all traveling in one direction in time right now. What I mean is people who can jump around, like go backwards and forwards. Which maybe people are doing.
Do I need to explain that? How we're doing that right now?
With the internet, yeah, I know.
You know how like when we are in therapy, and sometimes with Becca, I'm gonna just say her name. I don't think she would mind. Sometimes with Becca, they will guide us through an exercise, which is like where you close your eyes and you take yourself to a place where you were hurt before. Actually, I don't know if we've done this with Becca, or maybe I've done this by myself as like a self-healing exercise.
Yeah.
Where you go back into your like child self, you know, it's a time where you were hurt or you had like a historical trauma, and you go back and you rewrite that story. You just go visit it like physically. This is like somatics, I think is what this is. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a name for it. But you go there and you feel it physically, you feel being there, and you like bring in someone else to like stand up for you in that moment and to like help heal that trauma.
Yeah.
And then you like reintegrate back, and then like some little part of you is isn't that time traveling?
That is time traveling. I think we're also time traveling by like putting things on the internet. We're documenting the past. We're like, time travel is
crazy stuff is happening right now.
You know,
we should acknowledge that.
Crazy stuff's happening.
I just sent right before
we're about to invade Canada.
Right,
what the hell?
I don't want to talk about that. Right before this this podcast, earlier this evening, I sent you a video on Instagram, which was showing this person with like, I don't know, obviously I'm not saying I believe in.
Oh, right.
I like
the
I
telekinesis woman.
The telekinesis, however you think about it.
Where real to me.
This person is like going like this and is explaining like step by step how you like focus, you like imagine the energy and you focus on like harnessing the energy like physically by warming your hands, and then like imagining it and like telling the energy to move a thing. All right. And they're like using it with a piece of tin foil.
Yeah.
Anyway, people are talking about how like, oh, it's just the air, but then
anyway,
there's like a whole rabbit hole that we haven't even gone down the rabbit hole yet. Just enough to be like, oh yeah, if telekinesis, like what they explained makes sense, and like if it is actually real, like I'm not surprised by it.
I'm not surprised at all.
Isn't that crazy though? We have to just like,
I bet we can do a lot more than telekinesis.
Think back to how like limited your brain was back in like the early 2000s. Okay.
Yeah, we've evolved as a species.
The low-rise jeans phase with like the whale tail of like girls' thongs coming out and wearing those like butterfly tops, you know, and like we're glittery baby sex dolls, you know. That is where my brain was.
Yeah.
I went from that
to fucking you could teleport now.
Where I'm like, telekinesis is normal.
Telekinesis is fucking normal.
We are living in a pretty crazy time.
We are.
And I think that we should, if you're you and me, I think we should try to enjoy it, even amongst all the insanity.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Because, you know, if this was a book, if you're writing a book, this is like the craziest fucking book I've ever read.
It truly is. Like, I do genuinely feel like reality has started reflecting fiction, because we started to like crave the stories that we've been telling ourselves so much that we start acting them out, and this is why history is circular. You know, like we haven't taught ourselves how to do anything besides war. You know, we haven't taught ourselves how to do anything besides,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
So we have to start, like, this is another way we can time travel, is we can, like, tell the story of the future world. Like, I kind of try to remind myself of this mantra of, like, we are creating the world we want to live in, you know? If you live like that.
Yeah.
Like, the new world is being created all the time. We're in an obviously changing, you know, I'm not saying, like, run for president or whatever, but, like, the world is changing.
We're creating it right now, right this second.
It's being created, clearly. Like, anything could happen.
We're all just little fucking eggs in wombs right now.
Yeah.
We've been growing limbs like we never saw.
We got so many fucking limbs. We got so many limbs. We are Beyond Octopus. Beyond Octopus is the title. Oh, guys, this has been a fun one.
Instead of tentacles, though, is it just dicks and balls?
What is with you and dicks and balls?
That's what they look like. Although, like, noodly dicks.
Noodly dicks. I don't care. I don't think of tentacles as noodly dicks. They've got they're more of a nipple. They're like a reverse nipple. They got a bunch of reverse nipples on them, the suction cups. I think octopi are more feminine than masculine. Let us know what you think in the comments.
We'll give you $5.
We'll give you $5.
$5.
$5
We'll doodle a $5 bill for you.
Doodle dollars is the currency of the future, guys. $DDDL. That's our cryptocurrency in the future. So invest in us if you want.
Doodle dollars?
Doodle dollars.
Oh my god, babe. Oh, we must be having a good podcast.
We're killing it.
I just touched my armpit on accident and I am sweating.
I'm sweating too, because Sundays I'm like, I usually don't shower on Sundays, right? Because I just like sleep in and then we wake up and we go to the farmer's market. And then I just don't get it. And then we take a nap. I just don't get around to showering on Sundays. So, yeah, I'm sweaty.
I thought I showered today, but I didn't.
You didn't. We never shower on Sundays. Not never, but you shower more often than me on Sundays. But today we slept the fuck in. These guys were on top of us. It was impossible.
I didn't go to bed until like after 3 o'clock last night.
That's right. 3? Did you stay up that late after me? What'd you do?
I told you what I did. Well, we didn't get home till what, like 1:30?
We got home at like 1:30. Yeah, it might have been 2:15. So I think I was in bed at like 2:15. It was late because we were coming back from the Garden State Film Festival.
Yeah.
Which was a whole experience in and of itself, which we could probably do another podcast on. Or this maybe is just going to be a long one. Anyway. You got home. So what happened? What'd you do staying up until 3 o'clock?
We're getting real personal here now, aren't we?
Were you masturbating?
I was not masturbating.
I mean, you could tell us if
it was funny the way you asked me, though. I feel like you became a different person for a second. Were you masturbating?
Were you? I am scandalized. That's what I think I would have been doing if I was like, yeah, I got to bed at 3 o'clock. Yeah, I was fucking jerking off.
Is that that your usual activity?
No, but it used to be. For sure it used to be. Mm. My theory is that all men are addicted to have like some sort of porn addiction at some point in their life.
True, babe.
Well, a lot of men. A lot of men in this generation.
What do you mean when you say a lot? Like, what percentage do you think?
At least 20. 25. Like, I would say as much as half. But I think at least 20% of the male population in millennial generation and younger will have some sort of unhealthy relationship with pornography. I'm not going to say addiction.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like 20 seems low, to be honest, but
do you think so?
I think it's 50. I think it's 70. I think it's 100%.
Babe, it is not 100%.
I don't think it's 100%, but I do think society has gotten so sexualized that even the people who have never seen porn have been affected by porn.
Like they felt fucked.
They felt fucked, or that's like how their friends talk about it.
That makes sense. You know,
it's like in the movies they watch.
Oh my god! You know, I'm just thinking about, we were just talking about the early 2000s, and like I remember that's like how different I feel now from back then, like emotionally and like empathic wise or whatever the word is. Back then, we were like, everything was so sexualized, and we were like, it was just not, I didn't even think about it that way. I just thought about it as like, oh, this is what's cool. Like, this is what's fun.
Sex was very cool at the time.
This is like what's like powerful. Yeah. This is like what was powerful for a woman. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And, fuck, I forgot where I was connecting this to.
Well, yeah, because it was to be nerdy a bit, like historically.
But I didn't feel like I had been fucked.
You didn't feel like you'd been fucked?
So like you're saying that like it's affected you psychically, right? Just having porn around.
Yes.
I feel like the early 2000s, just like baseline pop culture, it was very normalized to like kind of to reenact like sexual encounters with women in a very like in a very like, oh, I'm like fucking myself with your energy kind of way.
Yeah.
And I think, but I don't think that we thought about it like that before. But now looking at like how many more people have I think woken up emotionally or like become more in touch with themselves. Mm-hmm. I think that it affects you more. Yeah. Like you feel it more. I don't know. I feel like physically we've all been fucked, even if we haven't been.
Totally. We feel it more if you spend time looking at your phone. You know, if you go on social media, if you watch TV, like there's always some sort of content, you know.
Let's get specific here. What exactly is in the content?
Oh, well, I don't know.
What are you looking at? give an example.
I like hot girls.
But they're not like. But you're not watching them have sex.
No, but like OnlyFans girls,
But they're not on their OnlyFans. You're talking about Instagram, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, it's so hard to get you to tell details sometimes.
I don't know. This is embarrassing.
Give an example.
I don't know. I don't have like somebody that I follow.
No, I'm just imagining. I'm not saying when I'm saying give an example. I'm saying like. Should I just stop? Should I drop?
No,
this?
I think we got to keep going. I think we got to
go all the example
way.
I'm imagining. So are you talking about like a girl? Okay,
yeah.
She has like big boobs and a big butt, like a tiny waist,
that's
and
not
she's
my
in like
type,
a swimsuit. Is that
scantily
the
clad.
level that you're talking about? And she's like, ooh, like.
That's not my type of woman or thing. She's just like.
Oh.
You know what I'm confused. I think we missed each other somewhere.
I think it's okay.
Do you want me to describe the hot
it's
girls?
Okay. We don't have to talk. We don't have to go in detail.
You could be an OnlyFans girl if you
I'm just
wanted.
trying to get specific because you can't actually watch porn on Instagram, but it's
yeah,
like
not porn, but
porn.
yeah, softcore, exactly. Just like not even just scantily clad people. It's everywhere. It's in our commercials.
Oh, interesting.
Like it's in society more, just like because of that's like we're always selling sex. It's like people want to look at hot young bodies. We've always known this, and now we just have like a lot more cameras around,
Oh, interesting.
So it's just.
I think that you should write about this.
I should.
I want to get inside. I don't fully understand what you're talking about because I don't
know that I've fully.
I don't think I work the same way.
Yeah.
Biologically that you do.
yeah, we have slightly different.
But I'm getting an idea and I'm very interested to like crawl inside your head and be like, oh yeah, that is probably happening.
Yeah. Shit. Oh, babe, it's so nice to hear you be like, you're like it's nice to know that you're my biggest fan, like you actually like reading my stuff. It's really cool because I don't know
why you're surprised that I like reading your stuff.
Oh, because I just didn't think that you would. I don't know. It's rare to have someone want to read your stuff. Like, there's so much content out there. Why would you just read some guy's stuff? I mean,
you're not just some guy.
Yeah,
though.
I know, but like I'm not like a trained writer. I guess I am a trained writer. I'm a good writer. It's hard to say these things out loud. I'm embarrassed.
You want to do a little time traveling? You want to do a little therapy exercise?
Can we go back in the past and me not have said all those things? This has been a fun one.
I think so. The weed really took me on a ride.
The weed took us on a ride. I could not believe. You left the podcast, babe. Do you remember this?
I had an instinct. I knew I should do it.
You guys. Well, anyway. We're gonna get we're gonna have to owe a whole bunch of $5 bills. This is gonna go fucking.
Not real money though, okay?
Doodle.
I said it now for the third time.
$,
Doodles, $.
The crypto of the future. See, time travel.
Yeah.
Look how cozy Bubs is. These guys they don't even care that we're on camera. They're just cuddled in.
They're like, we're just fucking tired.
They've missed us.
Man.
Yeah, we kept them up till 3 a.m. last night, apparently. What were you doing at 3 a.m.?
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about what I was doing until 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So I think that I wrote back to people on Instagram. I was like messaging the people from the thing.
Nice.
I was like,
From which thing?
You did so awesome. From the
film. Yeah,
the people that we hung out with.
That's right.
Telling them they did such an awesome job.
Yeah.
Because they did.
I wonder if it won any awards.
Oh, we should check Instagram.
I checked Instagram a couple hours ago. I didn't see anything.
You didn't see. Anyway, they were nominated for a bunch, whatever. Even if they didn't win, they got nominated for a bunch, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what did I do? I was messaging people on Instagram. And, I was eating a little snack because we had like a weird dinner at that.
We had a weird dinner.
A really loud bar.
Loud, like hotel bar.
It was like a weird, nutrient empty dinner. So I ate a little bit, and then I did my beauty routine that I've started. Oh, this is so embarrassing to talk about.
Your face yoga? No, it's not even that.
I feel embarrassed. I feel like I shouldn't talk about this. I guess I will talk about it.
You have to. You brought it up.
So I just started. I've always had a very basic skincare routine.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for about 5 years now, the only thing I do to wash my face is I put a little bit of that Living Libations like oil and a water on a washcloth and like rub my face down to wash it, and then that's what I also use to moisturize it. So I've used like one product basically as like beauty routine.
Yeah.
And I just recently I saw something on Instagram about these facial cupping.
Oh, facial cupping, that's right.
And I was learning about
Wait a minute, you started facial cupping and then you did facial yoga?
I've been doing facial cupping I started like 3 weeks ago. Okay. I added a new thing.
You're gonna have the hottest face.
And then I added also this like French cream that I did a lot of research on, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. Anyway, it's been actually helping a lot with like the texture of my skin and stuff that was happening before that I was like, oh, this is just normal. But I feel like slowly over time it was getting like a little bit, just these like little things that probably nobody else but me notices were getting a little worse.
Yeah.
Anyway, I started using this retinol cream, and I feel like my breakouts are much less. They go away much super fast now.
Wow.
And like the texture of my skin is much smoother.
Your skin does look great, babe.
Anyway, and then last night I decided, I was like, I saw a thing for facial yoga. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but basically I spent 20 minutes trying facial yoga, like kind of in earnest for the first time. And it was kind of like interesting.
I
don't know if I'm ready to really talk about it too much.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It's what you think it is, though. You just move tiny muscles in your face. You target like very specific different muscles in your face, so that to help like keep the structure of your face basically as you start to get older, because things start to like fall a little bit. So this is like lifting, strength training for your face to plump it up a little bit.
I'm gonna start doing facial push-ups.
You have to like work. You have to watch the video. You can't just like twitch your face.
No. Now that I understand the basic principle, I could totally. I'm an expert.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. All right, so discount code Phoebe60 for 60% off this facial cupping thing.
What? I'm not selling anything.
I'm joking.
Okay. I think it's time to wrap it up.
I think we should probably wrap it up.
It's getting a little late. I'm just thinking about how we were up late last night.
I know, but I'm having so much fun. Plus, the cats are sitting on top of me. How am I going to do my outro with the cats sitting on top of me?
You're going to get up and they'll be fine.
Oh, look at how adorable he is, though. Listen, everybody.
We should try to get some. Are they purring?
I don't think. Okay, this is the transition. This is not good for sound. You doing this is not good for sound. Let me do it with this one.
He's just sleeping. He's not purring. I don't want to disrupt him anymore.
Yeah. He's just sleeping. He can breathe quietly, I guess.
They won't force him to purr. He's not a sweatshop worker.
I'm sorry.
He's have to purr on command.
He's purring now, though.
You liked my sweatshop worker joke? That was probably very insensitive.
More. He's singing. Yeah. He's a happy boy.
His purrs are very magical. Bubs' purse is like, it's like a vibrator for your ears.
Nice one. Bubs' purrs are like a soul vibrator.
I feel bad that we're talking about the trauma of like sexualization in the early 2000s, and we like constantly like sexually. If that was the barometer, we would be like probably over the line. We'd have to take like sexual harassment courses or whatever.
It's a wild, wild world. Okay. ladies and gentlemen, thanks for sticking with us through this one. This was a real blast. We got a lot of exciting things to tell you about next time. But I can't remember how we do this. All right, can you see us?
I think they can see us. Okay.
I had a fun time. Did you?
Yeah, I had a good time.
Cool. What's our outro?
The outro is to be gentle with yourself.
Be gentle with yourself.
Write down your stories.
Write down those stories.
Through a positive light if you can.
Through a positive light if you can, motherfucker.
Time travel yourself to a new dimension.
You heard it first. Be kind to yourself. What's the second one? Be kind to yourself. Write your stories. Write down your stories.
Through a positive lens,
Through a positive lens, if possible. God damn it.
And time travel to a new dimension.
To a new dimension. You heard it first. Here on Jester and Phoebe's Too Much Intimacy.